Hello, hello. Welcome to another Funky Marketing show. It's the show where I'm welcoming great people doing amazing things for amazing companies or for themselves. And today I have a pleasure to welcome the guy who is my friend. He was working for one of the companies that we work with as well and still work. And he's a great young, I would call him a strategist, and basically someone who is right now working as a senior inbound marketer at the company called UserGuiding, based in Turkey. And we'll talk about all kind of stuff, including inbound marketing, and we'll try to tell you why your B2B company needs to become a media company, something that they are doing with user guiding. So welcome me in wishing a warm welcome to Selman. Selman, welcome to the show.
Hey Nemanja, great to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah. Hey everyone. It's great to be here.
How are you? What's the weather like in Istanbul? I guess you're there now.
Yeah, I'm in Istanbul. I'm great. I'm working from home, so I don't really check out the weather unless I'm gonna go shopping or just let some sun in. As you can see from my curtains, they're usually closed. But it's usually rainy these days, and yeah, it's gonna keep being rainy and snowy until the spring. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember Orhan Pamuk and the books about Istanbul and the pictures with the snow and everything. It
Yeah,
can be beautiful in snow as well.
yeah, definitely. If it snows, it usually is rare in Turkey, in Istanbul especially. But if it snows, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
How's it
that's
going with you?
great.
Maya? Are you?
Going good these days. Quite dynamic, changing the team a little bit, redesigning the website, going from demand gen to something wider, which is actually the growth, and focusing on relationship centric marketing. So trying to to talk about the things in a different manner, because I feel
Yeah,
like we're all talking in the same language about the same things, and it actually bores me. It's not that we need to be different, but it's something that's boring to me. So trying to change all those things, and with that, trying to change a little bit the team, so I have the right people to implement all what I want to do. So kind of that's what's going on. What's going on with you and user guiding?
yeah, we're trying to increase our improve our channels, increase our traffic, um, website visitors and signups, etc. We're trying to scale. That's what a startup would do. And yeah, we're doing good. We're trying everything we can. We're doubling down on what works, etc. And yeah, we recently grew our content team and marketing team, which was I think the smallest team in the company. Now it's the largest team, so it was a huge growth.
Nice.
In
Now,
a
so you are walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Yeah, yeah, we're trying to like scale things up, and yeah, we're doing it at the moment. It's all exciting, and I'm all excited about the funky changes. I'm following you guys closely. Sounds exciting. Exciting, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking about where should we start with, and I think like Alexander's questions are great for the start. So let's see what's your background, and how did you actually start learning about not only about writing but about copy and content in
Yeah.
general. Like did you wrote before when you were younger and growing up, like, or you were just a reader like I am?
I always wrote like I from the start. Like I always wrote some stuff, stories. I don't know, poems. Sometimes try to write lyrics. Usually failed them. I would say like not failed them, but didn't really see success as you're not seeing my best-selling books on New York Times. But Yeah, I always wrote, and before like getting into marketing, I wrote papers for school, and sometimes I wrote in freelance,
Mm-hmm.
like blog posts. Um, I'd say blog posts, usually blog posts. Yeah, that's what freelancers are writing at the moment. And I studied translation in university, so I actually translated a lot of stuff as a freelancer as well. Just like rewriting the same stuff in another languages, so that could count as well. So yeah, I had a huge writing background before I even learned about the M of marketing, and then coming to user guiding, I was a freelancer like 2.5 years ago. I started as a freelancer, and then it was just marketing from everywhere. I worked with some great guys, the best in Turkey, I would say. Yeah, and yeah, they helped me learn about marketing and how content strategy plays the role in a company's growth. So I always knew how to write, and I just knew how to write for the audience. So that's what we scaled on. I wouldn't call myself a copywriter. Not at the moment, actually. I'm trying to improve on that. But yeah, I know writing and content marketing well, thanks to my background and the guys over here.
Yeah, like it sounds like we talk a lot here about about the background and about the things that we can use to kind of get better in writing content or copy, or if it's or just like captions on the social media post. And we talked about comics, we talked about, I don't know, different books for kids. Like yesterday we talked with Daniel. But like poems are also good, because like if you are really good poet, you can tell it all in just a few lines.
Yeah,
And that's a mastery if you reach that level.
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you have to give. When I'm writing, I actually try to like whoever is a good writer, they all do that. When they're writing, they have to mean more in less. You know, the longer the sentence gets, it just gets boring and unentertaining. So I would say that's a good skill if you have practice in writing poems. So yeah, that would be a good skill for a marketer, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's interesting to people, but it's interesting to me, because I remember the one of the famous writers here in Serbia, the guy who they say brought the university to the country. Nobody like knows him as a poet. He was writing other stuff. But when I was looking at the Serbian poetry from 19th century, the first poem in 19th century was his, and it was just a few lines when he says, "In this very hour, I'm not losing anything with saying that I will always love you." That's it.
Wow.
Like he just showed the skill and said, That's
Yeah.
all that I need to do."
Yeah, what poets do actually is like they actually talk about themselves and their feelings and the events that happen around them, but they talk in a way that's why people love poems. I think they talk in a way that's relatable, and that's actually something that copywriters do. So I think there might be a connection there. If someone would want to improve themselves on copywriting, maybe checking out poems as well would be interesting too.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned that your background is in translation as well, and I think there's a thing over there that not many people know, maybe you don't think of, because when you translate things, you don't translate
Yeah,
literally, you need to localize it. So, and like translating something from, I don't know, from English to Turkish language,
yeah,
can you need to tell it in completely new way, because
yeah,
it's a different culture, different looking at things, different way of living, and different expressions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are, if you check, like for any language, if you check, there are actually some very skilled poets that are actually doing poem translations because the regular translators, like interpreters, can't do that because it's hard. Like you're actually writing a poem that needs to convey the same feeling, which is, I think, again, another great skill to have for a copywriter. To,
Yeah, and I'm working with a company. I think is our oldest client that are doing
Mhm.
translation and localization, and I'm amazed of I didn't think of it before, but when I see what they are doing, like in marketing as well, like if you go into tourism, if you go into those things that are localized for each market, you can see how your marketing materials, websites and everything need to be turned to not to your country wherever you are, for example in tourism, but to the people that are coming over there,
Yeah.
and you need to attract them. But then again, when they are here, the apps, the websites, all the promo materials, they need to be in their language. So
Yeah.
it's like two-way street, and it's something totally, um, being able to explain them in their own way, some localisms, it's not easy tasks at all.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're actually trying like this.
And storytelling is huge with that part.
Yeah, we're actually trying to like translate our website, like localize for different markets, which we were successful in in the Portuguese market, thanks to our team members Marta and Emre. You know, we achieved some success, but would we achieve more success if we actually dwell more into the messaging? I would say yes, more, even better conversion rates, etc. So yeah, I think you have to actually relate to your audience. It's just not it's not just words but meanings behind them. So
Yeah, that's actually a great next topic that might be good. Like, how did you start to what are some things that you need to do before you actually start putting out content? Because you guys put a lot of content out.
yeah,
Give me an example. How many pieces of content you produce on a monthly level?
we go around, I say, between 30 and 50 at the moment. Just because we're actually like just grew the team and we're actually onboarding the new people like slowly getting up to speed. But I would say we would actually target like 50 pieces of content or like reworks a month, which is more than one piece of content daily. And what we actually do is, as you said, like what you weren't doing before that you're doing now is actually would be improving the quality of the content because when I first started here, um, my mind was all in the game of numbers, because I haven't seen, okay, how many words can I put out, how many articles can I put out, because I wasn't really a marketer when I started writing. I was just a writer, so it was more of a quantity than quality for me at the moment. I mean, I was already writing quality stuff, but I didn't know, like, I didn't go into analytics that much. And after that, like, once I started enjoying writing an article, would say like ebook or other stuff, anything that's written. Once I started enjoying that, and then like a few months later, we saw results on that article, specific article, the one that I enjoyed the most, the one that I did everything to enrich in the content, added some examples, some videos, some, I don't know, analogies, did a good intro, etc. Like after that, everything started to get better for that content piece, which is like the time the realization came to make that quality actually matter for business results. Not for me, maybe um, for me writing more or like having the team write more would be more of a success in some people's eyes, but in the end, it's what you bring to the business more than it's what you do, like what you actually do. You can actually work an hour a week and do more doing instead of doing like 40 hours of um, unnecessary stuff.
Yeah,
That's what I would say. The quality.
that's true. That's true. Um, when you joined the team, did you have the goals? What were the goals and what are goals now? I'm kind of interested to find out, how did those things change if they did?
Yeah. When I
Because like meaning the goals for the content.
yeah, goals for the content. When I signed up, the actual goals were let's cover as much as we can, like cover different topics as much as we can, get website traffic, which is what a lot of people are doing at the moment in terms of their content strategy. It's website traffic. That's what we all hear. Like we grew the website traffic from 0 to 10 million, but how much did you grow the revenue? That's what we're looking at the moment. We did that transformation a while ago, like a long while ago actually, like a year after I started, and we actually started to focus on what the content brought to the business. Is it an MQL? Did they download the ebook and give out their emails, or is it a PQL? Did they sign up to the product, used it, etc.? Is it an SQL? Did they contact the sales team, ask for a question? Maybe are they getting a demo, etc. That's what we're focusing on article to improve conversions, not for the whole blog, but for like every single piece of article there is. We try to maximize conversions, which is what a lot of great companies that are doing content are trying to do. Biggest example being HubSpot. Yeah, that's what I would say. Like the goals have changed from actually improving the website visitors to contributing to the business content.
What was that like switch hard in a way of like now maybe the traffic is going down.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you're gonna grow it again if you focus on the right stuff and it will be the right traffic, but still like one of the um, one of the indicators that you were following is going down, so that's kind
Yeah,
of changing the way that you feel about it.
it was kind of terrifying at first, like seeing maybe the article that brought the most website traffic going down. It's terrifying because it's just bringing everything down. But we didn't see actually like in overall traffic, we didn't see a decrease, but our our rate of increasing has decreased, I would say, but we never stopped decreasing because we're still putting out content in high volume searches. By the way, I'm talking about organic search here.
Hmm.
So yeah. So when it decreases, it's terrifying at first because it's going to hurt some metrics that you were actually prioritizing before. But now, that article that brings you the most traffic isn't actually related to your business or doesn't have the possibility of actually converting to your business with leads or let's say revenue. So you relieve that part once you do that switch and you see certain metrics decrease. You know that that's not important. This one's more important. You can look at articles and say, okay, you're not important to me. You're important to me, and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you have different goals related to the content? So like this one is just for
Yeah,
education, this one are like how
yeah,
further they are down the funnel.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we have for each article. That's something I think HubSpot does very well. If you've ever been to you've probably seen HubSpot content if you have a business and you actually wonder about something in a metric stuff. They have tons of content and tons of material all around the web. Actually, you don't have to they don't have to find you. You just find them instantly when you do a search. So what they do is, if you go to any of TopSpot's big articles, they actually offer you some further assistance. Like each article has different version of further assistance. So you went to this, I don't know, email subject line, let's say email open rate increasing guide, something like that. How to increase my email opening rate. So you go into that article and it come up with you, like a pop-up comes up and says, okay, download this 500 email subject lines tested, something like that, content, some content upgrade. So you download that, and then you could become a marketing qualified lead, which makes you available at their disposal with on their email list. So that's what actually we're trying to do, like try to make every content matter for our customers and actually provide further assistance to them. This is the point, like the difference between our content and the other content on the SaaS pages. I would say we're trying to offer further help with maybe downloadable content, maybe writing an article. We're trying to offer like some executable stuff directly. You can go and apply this, etc. For some articles, that's obviously when you have a product and you're trying to help them solve a problem that can be solved with your product. Obviously, you're going to promote your product. We try to do that without actually disturbing the UX of the reader. Like every 5 seconds, a pop-up comes up. Hey, download our product. Hey, sign up to our product. Hey, get a demo. In contrary, we're actually trying to do it like whenever there's need. We're actually trying to do it there, or we're providing examples from our product, etc. So for some articles, it's actually getting them to sign up to our product. For some articles, it's downloading an extra content, a content upgrade, or signing up to our email newsletter for more content, stuff like that.
So basically, CTAs are either integrated inside the articles, so they don't break the natural flow of the reader, but also as pop-ups, meaning you're reading this, here's an extra resource that can help you do things right away. So you can download it, and then if it's the extra resource, then of course you will ask for the for the email and sign up, just because if they are interested in extra resources, you will send them more in the future.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're trying to do. There's actually pop-ups. I said like not pop-ups like sign up to our product, but we try to actually respect the reader's experience, because we all read stuff, and it's kind of cruel to actually disturb the experience of any visitor. So in the pop-ups, there's actually no sign up and stuff like that, but ebooks or reports, checklists, templates, stuff like that. They're in the pop-ups. It's like coming specialized to the pages.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's how in general we should look at the content. Not to gate all the content, but to gate the resources.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's what's valuable over there, and that can get us like who's interested more than just reading the article, who's interested in implementation and going further down the road.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, like the readers, they have a goal, search intent. That's what. If you don't know about it, there's a video on, not actually on YouTube, but on the I think Vimeo or something, from Samuel Hulik about search intent and jobs to be done. And they're trying to achieve something, especially if you're a B2B business. They're trying to do something for their business, like trying to improve some metric, trying to implement something new. So whenever they search for something, there's always a next step. Like like how to increase my email.
So the circle never stops.
Yeah, circle never stops. How to increase my email open rate. They read the stuff, get inspired. What's next? They're gonna go and send some emails or try some stuff, or I don't know, connect it to some tester, A/B test programs, A/B test software to actually try something new. So you have to be there for the next step. If your product is the next step, you have to be at the previous step, offering the best content you can. You can.
Yeah, and I think that is something like Jay Abraham talked about. I don't know if you know about him, but he's one of the legends of marketing, of direct response, and those kind of things. And basically, I'm trying to explain people that marketing is just in getting to know your potential clients or customers and finding out the ways which they are using to get to the solution of the problem that they are having,
Yeah,
or the places where they are, if they're not looking, then how you can get them to see that they actually have a problem. But basically, marketing is here to not to make a new path, but be there on their journey when they are going in each step of the way and give them what they need, exactly the amount they need for that step to go further.
yeah, yeah, for sure. That's what I've been seeing all over the websites that do great content. They don't actually market their product. They market their templates. Now that's something new. I see all over the like best business blogs that I'm reading. For example, Zapier does this a lot. So they create this content for, let's say, you can go up and look at like for analytics platforms. They have this article on, I don't know, Segment, Mixpanel, Woopra, etc. So at the end of each tool, they go over there, and under that you can connect Mixpanel to your, I don't know, let's say Google Analytics with this Zap, and then you click on that, and then it just directs you to the Zap that which integrates Mixpanel to the Google Analytics. That's just they're there for the next step. So you're going into you're trying to connect Google Analytics to your Mixpanel so you can track something further. That's where the Zapier needs to be, the step of that. So the next step is just connecting them, and then they offer you the easy solution. Yeah, we have this template already. Just go connect this, or as I said with the email subject lines, maybe like we have 1,000 free templates on our tool, email tool. You can go in here and start sending them immediately.
Yeah, it's not always time for the big ask. The big ask, there needs to be built the answer for the big
Yeah,
ask. And that's I think something companies rarely think about. Some of them, yes, but I think that's also related to to the question that we also got about the dark funnel, because like doing things that won't scale, that we cannot measure, sometimes are steps in that journey and are steps towards
yeah,
building the answer. So have you seen, have you got the feedback from the customer? Like, they were reading, for example, one article, they found it somewhere on social media. Then they were looking for the answer for something else. They found you on Google. How is the journey going? Because I think, you are creating the content, but also distributing it,
yeah.
just so they can find it in a place when they are comfortable of consuming it.
Yes. So the journey isn't always clear. That's what dark funnel is about. It's actually dark. You can't see it. You need to actually learn about it. And the best way to learn about it, no analytics platform is going to show you the secret steps you customers take to get to you. If Google Analytics, if HubSpot, if I don't know, Woopra doesn't show you where they came from or what they've experienced during the journey, you just can't find that. It's impossible without asking the customer at the end. So, or just trying to actually predict where they came from. So one example would be like our best working articles would be 2 examples, I think. So if you ask me, our product is actually a user onboarding platform in the core. But if you ask me, I wouldn't say our product is a user manual creation platform. But that's what a customer said once in a user interview. And if you actually look up to Google, you can't see much. Like if you actually looked it up on SEMrush or Ahrefs, you can't see much traffic to that place. Or you can't see any competitor of us having any content on that part. So it's not, there's no way we could have found that keyword without actually talking to our customers and seeing how they would call your product. Or yeah, I don't remember any examples about the channels. Like we found you through this channel. It's usually Google Organic, but in Google Organic, things can be dark as well. There can be dark source for the traffic to your website. There can be this small keyword that has, I don't know, 10 traffics a month, which 9 of them could be your customers in the next month. So yeah, that could be a good example in terms of content marketing. But for overall marketing, yeah, I would say there's definitely, you need to check in with your customers, ask them, do maybe success sessions, ask them where they came from, to shed light on their journey.
Maybe you can tell a little bit. I know it's not your specific job, but it's what you guys are doing, and I think that's great. Like your customer success team and your product managers are actually talking to the customers,
Yeah,
and trying to find out the information, exactly what you've been talking about, like how satisfied are they. It's always
yeah,
harder to get those that aren't satisfied, but talking to to majority of them, you can find the patterns that work. And it's not only that you optimize based on the search number of traffic coming to the
yeah.
website, number of revenue, but also like having a real conversation with the real people.
Yeah. So our product team and customer success team separately interviews our customers on a regular basis. Success team does it for success stories, case studies, stuff like that, so that we can see actually what our product is being used for. And the product team does it for product research. And the thing is, that's what we work with Funky Marketing on an ebook, like aligning customer success, sales, and marketing, which I would add definitely product as well in there, if you were to ask me now. So that's what we do, is we actually go into the user interviews and success stories and stuff like that to look for keywords now. We don't actually look for like, okay, they're solving this problem, but what did they call our product? No, because in the end, whatever that pops up in your mind, for imagine you're searching for a product. For example, I see this post on Instagram a lot. There are these balls that stick to the top of your ceiling, and they're shiny. You've probably seen them. They were all over the internet a while ago, and I tried to look it up, because the page I've seen, the advertisement I've seen, their source, like they were out of stock. I couldn't find anything similar. So I searched the Google for shiny balls that stick to the ceiling. And they're probably named, I don't know, they were like glow up sticky balls, something like that. And that's a pretty weird name that I couldn't come up with. But what I came up with that to name that product in my mind was that. And if I were the owner of that business of balls, those balls that stuck to the ceiling, I would just go for that keyword as well. And that's what we're trying to do with these interviews as well. Like, we're trying to learn what they call our product, what they call the certain pain point they're experiencing. they've experienced before using our product. What
Let me know how further were you from the start at at guessing what are they doing with the product, and how are they calling it, and those things. Were you close, or it was it was something completely different?
For some cases, it's if you asked us like a year ago, you would call us ourselves like call the product, I don't know, user onboarding platform, product adoption software, stuff like that. You create basically interactive tours in your product. And once we look at the user interviews, customer success stories, you see people call your product very different things. There are people that call you like, there's no general calling, there's no general name or category they're looking for. Everyone's different from each other. Some of them call it user onboarding tool, some of them call it digital adoption software, but most of them call it different names. And that's actually surprising to know that there are actually like 20 different categories looking for just a single product. So in the end, we came up with, I don't know, guided tour software, user manual creation software, and I don't know, no code tools was another thing that they were looking for. And yeah, there are a lot of other stuff like in-app messaging software, in-app tutorials, stuff like that, like self-serve onboarding tools. We see people mentioning those a lot, and it's like they're naming our category for ourselves, since it's not this huge category like CRMs. They're just naming it for us.
Nice. That sounds good. So, tell me if there is an answer to the questions like why SaaS companies should actually invest in building themselves to be a media company.
Mm-hmm.
What would you answer?
For me, I think every company at some point needs to become a media company. If you have a product that you can sell over the internet, and not like, I don't know, if you're selling, even I was gonna say if you're selling like daily fresh meat, you shouldn't create content. But I've seen a lot of like butcher companies, like companies that do like premium cuts of meat, etc., create like sponsor videos, sponsor YouTube videos, create content on the internet for like how rare should your steak be, etc. So I think in 2021, it's not just B2B, but it's every company that needs to be a uh, content producer, a media company, because that's where people are today, and they have to trust you. They have trust issues. For me, I have trust issues. If I see more than 2 1-star reviews on a product, I just leave it. So what I would say is, instead of going for the traditional way for B2B companies, which is advertisements or outbound, or sales traditional approach, which is the sales, calling out, cold calling, cold emailing businesses. Instead of you going for them, you should proactively create content for them, which is, as we said, they're having a problem, and then there's a next step, which is solving that problem, or getting closer to solving that problem. If they're trying to learn about the problem, the next step is they need to get inspired. And then after getting inspired, they need to execute it. If you're there for every step of the way, then there isn't any need for them to actually go for another business. If you're there, when a company searches for, I don't know, how to increase my email open rates, if you're there for with the content called 10 ways people psychologically open emails, if you're there with that content, and then for the next step, you're offering them 1,000 opening line examples for the inspiration. And then after that, if you're there with your products, create and send emails and do A/B tests. If you're there with the execution step as well, then you're there for the every step, and they don't need to check for an alternative or a competitor. which is my reason basically why everyone should invest in content, because you need to actually add value to their lives, to your customers' lives, so that they end up buying from you.
Yeah, it's. I was just this morning reading about strategic narrative and those kind of things, and you basically got through there because, like, your strategic narrative and your story lives in the heads of your customers, and and you need to find a way to get there. It's not easy to get inside their heads, and you just explained the way it can be done and the way it should be done. So one more outside of all this, or maybe not, question, like, that we got, if there is one marketing strategy that you would choose right now, what would it be?
For the long term or the short term? I know Alexander.
We can go with both. We can go with both.
Okay, for the short term, I would say just paid advertisements, because you can have a great copy or great preview ad and put it on the website and get results in less than 2 days. I would say if your sales cycle is short enough, you can get results in like 2 days with good advertisements. For the long term, if you're
just to ask you for that, like, when you say advertising, you means going with sales, or going with content distribution amplified through ads, or going through something else?
I'd say all of them. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
again depends on what the user needs at that moment, what the consumer needs at that moment. If they're at the stage where like you can directly market your product, but you have this amazing resource that you can actually make them download and get their email and add them to your cycle workflow, cycle. That's what you should do. But if you can actually market them your product, this is the stage where they're actually searching for, I don't know, marketing software, stuff like that. You can actually market your product. But if they're searching for how to improve your marketing, you can maybe go to the search ad for your content, distribute your content through ads, which would make much more sense for that stage. And for the long term, I would say definitely organic search, because that's what people are doing. Even if there was this, but I'd say definitely organic search, Google, YouTube, wherever your audience searches for a problem. If you have like a barbecue product, a smoker, you should be on YouTube, since they learn how to smoke stuff from there. But if you have like, especially if you're a B2B business, you should be on Google, with organic search. Organic traffic should be your go-to marketing strategy. If you are in the game for more than a year, which is the average time I think most businesses see real results from organic traffic, because it's much more scalable, and in the end, it's the least effortless one. In the long term, you have to actually maintain your ads all over, keep hiring more sales personnel to keep the outreach going. But for organic traffic, you just build over it. It gets increasingly bigger. Your content size, your website visitors, your signups, and without effort, that will be.
Sounds good. I love the answers, and I very much align with them. So tell me, is there something that we didn't talk about that you want to mention, or you want to talk about? We talk about a lot of stuff, and I think it was a great combo. Just going and going and going. I think we gave people a lot of value. But is there something that we missed?
Um, I don't know. Maybe where to start would be. I mean, maybe we could connect what you said in different questions and give whoever's like going into organic search, going into organic marketing, like SEO marketing stuff. We could give them. We could actually put the answers together in a bit. So, yeah, my suggestion would be for that part. You should actually listen to your customers first, because the keywords that they are speaking from is who your actual customers are. You need more people like the customers you already have. So you need more ways to actually capture those same exact people that talk the same language, that have the same problems, etc. So yeah, the first step in a very good organic search based marketing strategy would be just listening to your customers, as Nemanja and Funky Marketing would approve. And the second step would be to produce good content at any stage of the user journey. It doesn't matter what, like, you can't just make them jump 5 steps at a time. Like, you can make people jump 5 steps at a stair, so you can make them jump 5 steps in a funnel. So be there with good content at each stage of the journey, and all of them doesn't have to be like search engine oriented or search engine optimized, but some of them can be just follow-ups of previous content which were bringing traffic. So yeah, that's what I would say to like.
I have another question that came to my mind. So, and I'm kind of interesting. I see a lot of people talk about it. Just want to hear your view. Like, people go, should we have buyer personas of the people we are targeting, or the customers we are targeting, or we should have we should go with jobs to be done? That's kind of a discussion I'm seeing all over the LinkedIn. So just want to get your 5 cents on it.
I would say it's in the end, it's really based on your business, because it's really based on your customer base. If you can make a pattern out of your customer base, that's your buyer persona. But if you can't, which is what the problem for us, like, not problem, which is the fact with us as well. Like, we don't have this buyer persona that's like, okay, we're doing this product for product managers, or we're doing this product for like business owners. So if you can't say the same thing for every user, and you can create actually a pattern, you need to go for jobs to be done. Like, what are they trying to do? What are these different profiles of people are trying to do? But if you can, for example, our product can't actually create buyer personas on a very common level, because all of our personas are different. But for a product like Product Plan or ClickUp, they can. It's just project managers who are having a problem, organizing their teams, etc. So yeah, that's what I would say. It's based on your business and overall pattern of your customers, I would say.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I like the answer, because we should never replicate just because somebody else is doing or telling us what's good for them. It doesn't mean it's good for us. We need to get to know our customers and our business, so we can know what are the things that we can replicate and what are some things that we need to do differently.
Yeah, the one addition I would make is, it's not actually the buyer persona. When you're doing buyer persona or jobs to be done, you're actually attacking the common points of your customers in both cases. So if it's product managers who are having a hard time organizing tasks in all of your customers, then that's your buyer persona. But if it's, I would say jobs to be done can also be considered as a buyer persona, because even if the job title and demographics of those people are not the same, they all have the same problem. So that's actually a persona as well. I mean, we're on a daily level. I'm not a content marketer. I'm just someone having some exact problem that I'm trying to solve. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds good. So tell me and everybody listening where they can find more information about you.
Yeah, for now you can check my LinkedIn account, and yeah, you feel free to message me. We can talk about content and marketing, and if you have insights from me, that's welcome. If you are curious of anything, I'm also curious. So we can see if where marketing is going, and I'll try to be helpful as much as I can. I just like to chat with people.
Yeah, Selman is a good guy, always ready to jump in on a call with a beer or
Yeah,
whatever and just chat about it, talking about it. Like, I think when I finish everything that I have for today, I think I will need a beer as well. Yesterday was the night for basketball, and I think today is the day for the beer.
yeah.
Sounds interesting. Okay, man. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for being my guest on the Funky Marketing Show. Guys, I think you need to go through this episode multiple times. We said lots of things. Selman gave you great insights of the way he sees how the company can become the media company, why it should become that, how you should use see the great examples as HubSpot, as UserGuiding is, and try to use whatever you feel is right for your business and make it happen. But also like how powerful inbound marketing can be if done the right way with the right goals. So for the end, I just want to tell you one thing. Keep it funky, guys, and talk another time. Bye bye.